Hi, thank you so much for watching this video, and as you can see I have here the Inno3D GTX 1050ti graphic cards. It has a 4GB of VRAM and it has a twin fan. So this card is not open yet because we will open this together. Are you ready?
Okay, so first I want to show you the front packaging of this card, which is very simple. It doesn't give you too much of anything, just the things that you really wanted to know. Just like this Twin X fan, it has Twin X fans, and it has the 4GB of VRAM, and of course it displays the name of the card, which is the GTX 1050ti, as well as the latest DirectX 12 support. Here on the side, it displays the key features, the minimum system requirements, and as well as the contents of what's inside the box. If you want to read, you can go back and pause this video as we go to the back of this card. Here, just a bunch of text in any translation. Again, if you want to read, you can go pause this video on English version. So here we have on the side the security seal that we're going to /open. So now we're getting inside the box, and before we get into the graphics card, let's see what else is inside, which here is the installation kit. You can read here how to properly install your card, and here is the disc that contains the drivers of your graphics card. So now here is the card. It is wrapped around a thick plastic with this biohazard that we're going to remove, and now here we are. So let's see the display ports of this one, which is the DVD-I -1, the HDMI, and your regular display port. So here is your graphics card now after I remove these plastics, because it doesn't look good if you have the plastics on the fan, but now it looks good. And here we take a closer look to the extension of the PCB. It actually extends because it needs to be attached to the dual fan, which I think is good, but it looks like a boat. But here on the sides you have the PCIe extension, which is the 16-pin extension. And for those of you who are asking if it needs external power connector like the 4-pin or the 8-pin, here it shows you that it doesn't need any power connector. The PCIe can just power this card alone. The only downside that I see on this card is it doesn't have a backplate which shows you the ugly PCB, but other than that I think this card is okay. As you can see, I've already tested it on 3 of my games. I want to see how many FPS we could get on this wide range of games, which here is the Skyrim, the NBA 2K17, and of course the very demanding game, which is The Witcher. I'm going to show you how many FPS we could get on these 3 games and how much VRAM its game uses. So let's start with Skyrim. I've recorded these games on 1050p resolution because that's the highest that my monitor can go, and here you can see that it gives you 50 to 60 FPS, but it barely scratches the VRAM because it doesn't go above 1 gig of VRAM. Remember, we have 4 gigs of VRAM on this card, and because this game is not really that demanding of a game, unlike the next 2 that I'm going to show you, which is the NBA 2K17. Here you could see that yes, it still gives you the 60 FPS. It's ranging from 55 to 60 FPS, but it almost consumes more than half of the VRAM of this card. I think it stabilizes on 3 gigs of VRAM, so this game is demanding, I guess. because you can play it on 2 gigs of VRAM if you have a graphics card with 2 gigs of VRAM. It's gonna be super laggy. By the way, this game is set on high, as well as the Skyrim, it sets on high. So let's go to this very demanding game, which is The Witcher 3. And as you can see, it drops down to 25 to 30 FPS. I think the max of this is 30 FPS, but I could live with that, especially on medium to high settings, because I set this game to medium to high settings. But surprisingly here, as you can see, it only consumes less than a gig of VRAM, which is pretty cool. I really thought that it would consume at least 3 gigs of VRAM, but it's pretty playable. You can see that there's no lag at all. If I put it to ultra setting, it would lag a bit, but I am happy with high setting. If you can afford the GTX 1060, which gives you the 6 gigs of VRAM, then go for it. But if you are a gamer who's happy to game on high settings, 1080p settings, then this card is enough for you. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I helped you be informed of what this card is capable of. And if you have any questions that I didn't cover, please leave it on a comment section below. Happy gaming, and I'll see you soon.